Hey guys, GreatGamer34 here. So we're back. I'm making a video on all the components inside of this because a guy on the comments was saying that for some reason he thinks all this is uncompact and he had better shit. So I just want to let everybody know that this really can't get much more compact in terms of what each component does. So let's actually start with the front and work our way back. So here is the ROM. The ROM is 16 bits wide, so it's a 16-bit instruction set, which is right there. It comes into a buffer here, and then from there I needed to decide how I was going to decode all the instructions. I actually brought all this down to here, made it vertical, made the most compact decoder that I could, brought it up here, and then from the output of all these decoders goes to controlling which line will go through. It's just a giant mux. So if this gets turned off, that gets turned off, it allows this output to go through if it was getting an output, and then that powers through. So then from there, so this is as compact as this can be. From there I had to get all these wires to go to the right places and do the right thing, while keeping it under 7 ticks, because 7 ticks is the pipeline that I'm trying to achieve. Well, I'm going for a 15-tick clock, but I don't want things to be farther away than 7 ticks, so everything's timed to 7 ticks like that. Everything. Even all the stuff that just comes down here. I was really cautious about trying to make sure everything was synced. The only thing that takes a long amount of time is accessing this shared cache right in here, and that's because when you're trying to have two things trying to access it, you need to have ways of getting access to both sides. So for instance, this is one way of doing it from both sides, like how I've gotten here. And you also need ways of reading out from both sides and getting them to go to both sides like that. And you need ways of getting data in to do the same thing, which is this. So this is pretty much as compact as it can get. Using a pretty cool system here to read data and write data into this memory bank. It can have up to 8 addresses, but I only have 5, which is 32 slots. So yeah, 5 addresses means 5 bits of addressing. So yeah, so let's actually go over other things. So let's go and view the ALU, which I'm sure is another thing that the guy would want to see compact. So the ALU is 4 ticks and is the entire length of this pipeline buffer right here to here. Not only that, it's 4 ticks, has instant OR, instant XOR, and instant write shift. Adds nothing to the delay of the ALU. It also has NAND in 4 ticks also, as well as everything else which is in 4 ticks. It has forwarding, and not only that, but the inverter here is built into the bus and not actually on its own unit, which means that this bus is 2 ticks and the other bus is 2 ticks, making this data loop being roughly 10 ticks. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, let's check out the PC. No, we'll check out the registers first. So these registers are the most compact dual read registers that you can basically have with us, with a solid state. Here's read A, here's read B, and then here is the write decoder. Right here. So the decoders operate in 2 ticks like any decoder does, but then here are the reads, and this is designed by Nuomaster. These registers. This is the Embazone's in this way. Yeah, and then this is the PC. So the PC, I just use a standard version of Embazone's adder. This is really compact. It's super compact CLE. And then I have this on here, which is the incrementer unit for the PC to increment each clock cycle. And then I have these registers here, which is a single read version of registers similar to Nuomasters that I've designed prior to him designing his registers. So this is my own design, which works nicely. It's compact, and then yeah, and then you have all the various buses that have to go everywhere. You have to get the output of the PC, which is this bus right here, to go back somewhere, so I had to bring it up over here, and this is actually the PC bus. So there's two PC buses right there and there, and it's just as compact basically as this design can get. I mean, if somebody else thinks they can come up with a dual core CPU that shares memory as fast as this and stuff like that, even more compact than this, then they're welcome to try and show what they got. But building individual components until you put them together, you won't realize how hard it is to get lines to go through like this. This is just a mess in here. Oh, another thing, the stack. The stack design has been around for a while. I'm not really sure who first gets the credit for it. I remember it was a design that came from OR, so this is an OR design. But this is a stack with 8 slots. I mean, it doesn't get any more compact than this or faster. So that's nice. Yeah. So that's about it. It's just copy. Oh, the other component. This is a queue that was originally designed by a guy named Darkroom, and I worked with him designing it. It uses a queue-like system, and then a pointer, a register down here, a shift register, and the shift register can move data back and forth, but you only access from where the shift registers for this point is, because it's a queue. So it doesn't really matter what data gets shared, like written over here. You'll never read from it unless the pointer's over there, and it won't be over there unless you're actually wanting to use that data. So yeah, this is a pretty cool unit. It's a stack, or it's a queue. And then here's the output buffer, because you need those, otherwise stuff gets fucked up. Yeah. Here's just, this is the PC, just alone. It's obviously not as compact as an ICA adder, but it's vertical, and vertical's a lot easier to work with. It's also CLE, and CLE is a really nice algorithm to add numbers with. Anyway, this concludes this for this video. If any of you have any more questions on components, how stuff works, post in the comments. I'll make a video ASAP. See you guys later.